Okay, just wanted to do a little video here of things you can do if you've got holsters that, like, you like the holster, but you don't like a thing about it. There's just some little thing you don't like about it. For instance, I have this Alien Gear holster for my P07. I also have one for my M&P Shield. I like them. A lot of people rag on them. I like them because they form to the body a little better on the backside than some other holsters that are of that type. Because you don't have a giant brick like the Crossbreed, really good, well-made holster. It's so well-made, it's kind of uncomfortable. It's the whole width of the gun right there against hard leather. There's no forgiveness. This one, it's sort of, the holster molds to you. Well, what about reholstering? Do you need to reholster quickly? No, never. There's not really a reason to reholster quickly. So I like these a little better. This is, it's a good holster. It's well made. It's just, it's not as comfortable, I don't find. So anyway, as far as what to do on this one, I've already done some cutting on it. And I was going to do some more cutting. I was going to cut right here because this is just extra material that I don't need, but I realized it wasn't really bothering me. There's a little bit of a, you can see the way it's formed here, it's sort of rounded right there. That's about where my butt cheek would be, you know. On this holster, for whatever reason, the clips are a little different dimension, and it would hang a little lower, so I cut it off here because it was really bugging me. It would, where the belt was, if I held it up higher, it was higher out of my belt than I wanted. If I hung the holster lower, it was really not comfortable. It was way too low. So the middle of the three options you get to screw it into is the one I liked. But then since the body of the holster is right here, I just shaved all this off. This gun, the P07, this is a holster for this gun. It's the body of it comes down. This isn't bothering me for whatever reason, so I decided I was just going to leave it off. But I did cut it off over here so that it isn't up on my hip around the left side. I'm a lefty, so that's where it goes. So when this guy's in there, you know, molds to me quite nicely. I like it. Is it a little floppier? Yes. But once you put that in and put it in your belt line, works just great. Another holster modification I'm going to do, I did it, I already started it with the Crossbreed. I do use this holster. It's not like I don't use it. I just don't like it as well. I like that I can adjust the tension also on the Alien Gear. If you get some Loctite in these and lock them in, then it's right where it needs to be. The only problem is, how do you get it back to where it was? Well, you just got to do it before the Loctite sets. Okay, so on this one, I had already made a little cutout right here for my Glock 19. Where did I put it? Here it is. I put it in another holster. So when this gun is in the holster, the leather backing, because this is a universal backing, I had already cut away some of it here so that I could actually get my hand on it, but I still can't quite get my hand on it. So I need to do a little bit more cutting right here because the trigger guard comes up to right there. So what I'm gonna do is grab my handy dandy little paint marker and mark all the way into that, and then I'll basically cut all of this off. There's the outline of where the bottom of the trigger guard is. I'm going to cut all of this out just so that I can get at it when I want to be able to grab it and take it out of the holster. Then I'll be able to get at least all of my fingers around it instead of this finger getting sort of hung up on leather. That's not my middle finger. That's not ideal. Okay, appendix holsters. This one is also for my P07. I don't have any problems with this one. This is the first version of the Xiphos, I think is how you pronounce it. Clear gun. Tier 1 concealed. I got this quite a number of years ago. I like it a lot. It's very comfortable. I like it because, mostly because there's no extra material down here from side to side. They angle it all the way down to where the end of the rail is on the gun. So there's nothing extra moving this way. I'm a thick-thighed fella. So if there's extra material, like there is with this holster, that's for a Glock 19. This is a QVO. It's also a good holster. I use it, but I'm going to cut this off right here down to the end of the rail or the dust cover, whatever you want to call it, because this corner, when I'm carrying it, pokes me in the thigh when I'm carrying appendix. So I don't like that. I don't want it to poke me there. I do, for sure. I like this style of belt loop. It's supposed to be tuckable, where you put, you're supposed to be able to tuck your shirt in here, and then it goes through the belt. To me, it's just like, well, yeah, you tucked it in. It's just everybody can now see the clip for your holster. The thing I like about it, though, is that you can adjust the cant of the belt clip. I replaced this with a Safariland screw because the other one just fell out. And yeah, so I tightened that in a little more and put some Loctite on it, so now it can swing. I did not Loctite this one because I know it's going to swivel a little bit, and I just let it be. But this does allow me to adjust how it sits in my belt, and I kind of like that. But I still don't like this corner. I want it to be like this one, where it just comes straight down. So I'm gonna cut all that off and make it the way I want it. Other holsters that I have made modifications to, I don't have on me, but usually what it will have to do with is, like, I have a Safariland GLS holster that I have for a Glock, and there's always plenty of room on this side of a holster for the mag release. Actually, I do have one here that I need to modify. My Beretta 92X clear gun. So this Safariland, I can't remember what number it is, 7390, fits a Beretta 92X. So right here are the places for where the mag release would go. This is a match gun of mine, so I've got an extended mag release on it. Okay, you can see right there, that mag release is right at the wall of the, if I can get a little more light on it. It's just touching, it's not depressing the mag release, but it's close. So I'm just gonna take a Dremel and cut that little bit of plastic out because don't need it, doesn't need to be there. It's more spacious for a righty, of course, because why wouldn't it be? All right, so I've done this with a few different Safariland holsters, mostly GLS's. The grip locking system, same thing. Mag release was getting pressed by the holster itself because they didn't open up the left side for a lefty to do that. So if you got a holster, don't be afraid to make modifications to it to make it the way you want it, because you're the one's going to carry it to make it more comfortable or more usable. Definitely modify those holsters. Thanks for watching.